Okay? Now what happened is, and this is what people don't understand about the new generation binary. Is everybody with on that? What they technically do is, whatever your weaker leg is, they match the volume. They'll take 10,000 from here and pay you 5% of 10,000 and 5% of 10,000. Everybody with me? And to make it simple, they just said 10% of your weaker leg. Does that make sense? So what is 10% of 10,000? So you just made $1,000 this week plus all the other bonuses along with that in that weekly program. Now guess what? Because you still had 10,000 left, this is what they call a non-flushing binary. That 10,000 roll over to the next week, and all your volume next week go again all the way to next Friday, and then they take a snapshot at 12 midnight on Friday, and whatever that volume is, whatever your weaker leg is, you get paid 10% on that from the people like that. It's pretty neat. Okay, so all you got to do is be looking at, like yesterday I was like, oh man, hurting them leg running, let me dump some stuff in his leg. You know what I'm saying? And it's very, very unique because all you're doing is balancing two legs. But I'm going to tell you what's so powerful about the binary, okay, is that now all the people that coming in, you got to put your people up on the people whether you like them or not because they in them two legs straight down. So now people ain't finna quit the business now because they looking at all these people coming in up on their organization. And what I want everybody to understand is that team commissions is paid on personal sponsored and placement legs. So I'm going to give you an example. Let's say you just came in and brought in 2 people. But your upline came in and brought in a lot of people, put them up under you. Whatever that volume is on both legs, when they cut off at 12 midnight, that's what you're going to get paid on. How many people like that? That's pretty unique. Okay? That's what people don't understand. This is very, very powerful. Now, it really get gooder and gooder now. Is everybody with me? Now, this here is what's knocking. This right here is what Mona be killing everybody at. It's on that executive check match. They call it ECM. Now, let me show you how this works. Because you're not going to get it the first time, but if you keep hearing this over and over and over, you're going to understand this. Before I put it up here, let me show you something. Let's say you personally sponsor this person, you personally sponsor that person. Let's say down here you personally sponsor that person, and you personally sponsor that person, right? And let's say somebody came in down here, and you personally sponsor this person here. So you personally sponsor 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Everybody else is placed in there by somebody else. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Well, the way the executive check match system works is that it does not look at your group as a binary. What it does, this is the residual part. So if you brought in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, let's say 5 people, then when they calculate your executive check match every week, they look at it like this now. That you done brought in 5 people. Does that make sense? Right. And them 5 people on your front line, even though they could be deep down in your organization. So what they do is, regardless of whoever you personally sponsor, regardless of how the leg look, okay, on your executive check match, now I want y'all to hear me clear on this because this is where they killing everybody at. What they do is, once you hit an executive rank, that's what they call executive check match. You got to be an executive to get it. It's paid every week. Now what it takes to be an executive, hit the first position of bronze, which we had a lot of people hit that in one day yesterday. Okay? Now watch this. Every week from now on, anywhere from 1 through 7 generations, whatever all these people checks are, whatever their team commission checks is, you get 6 to 7% of all the people checks through 7 generations every single week.
All at the same time?
All at the same time on a weekly basis. I mean, it's ridiculous. And as they get bigger and bigger and bigger, all those people down here, whatever their weekly team commission check is, the company going to cut you a percentage of all those people checks. Okay? On a weekly basis.
In order for you to get that, do you have to come in on a 2-case auto ship?
Right, you have to be bronze.
Okay.
Right, that's why I say you have to be qualified as an executive. Okay? But what I'm trying to get you guys to understand is that the 7 generations is so powerful, and I'm going to tell you what I mean by 7 generations. Okay? In most companies, you got levels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, what y'all don't understand about generations is that you might have a bronze on your first level, and then you might have a silver on your 5th level, but then you might not have another executive until you hit your 14th level. See, you still get paid on all these levels, even though you're only 3 generations, because it's paid off generations. So you might have 100 levels in between each generation, and you get paid on all those people in between all them levels. Whatever their checks are, every Friday you get a small percentage in the form of what they call an executive check match on all the personal sponsored legs through 7 generations. How many people like that? And that's how a lot of these people are making over $100,000 a week. Now I know you might can't concede that and you say, look, I just want to pay some bills. But let me ask you a question. If you making an extra 2 to 3, maybe 5,000 a week, who would be happy? Because remember, this executive check match is along with everything else. Everything you see up here, all the way down to number 7, is paid weekly. There's no monthly, no quarterly. Everything is balled up into your weekly check on Friday. How many people like that? That's pretty tight. Okay? Now guess what? It get even better. Okay? Number 8, you know they said multiple business centers. Now what this means is this here. After you don't hit the position of black diamond, once you hit black diamond, they let you bring in another position above you. So now you is one leg to a new business center, and you can start building now all over. And now you got this big leg, and your 2 legs become one big leg to your new center. So now you got 2 pay centers going paying every week. Get pretty interested. Is everybody with me on that? I know I just lost some people. Like, what are you talking about? I want you to imagine after you hit black diamond that you can open up a new position above you and get paid off that every week. And you up under that position, all that volume count towards your weekly team commissions. Is everybody with them? Okay. So they let you open up multiple what? Business centers. Okay. Now I'm going to tell you something. When I first saw this, I told them that's cool, but I told them I'll never use that business center. What I'm going to do is put everything I got in 2 legs for the rest of my life. I'm just going to drive it all the way down 100,000 levels deep for the rest of my life. Okay? Because I would rather take this energy and motivate more people, because now I'm creating 2 big other separate organizations. I'd rather take this and motivate all these people down here and have a bigger check match instead of worrying about that team commission, because you can only max out each center on team commission at $10,000 a week. You see what I'm saying? So I'd rather take this and put it over here and go to $300,000 or $400,000 a week off executive check match. Does that make sense? Makes sense. So I'm just telling y'all my strategy. Everybody with me on that? Okay? Also, I want you guys to understand we have different achievement levels. They have star 500, star 100, 1,000, bronze, okay, silver, gold, ruby, emerald, and diamond. Now we had 3 people. We don't have so many. We had so many star 500 just that I can't even keep up with how many people hit that. We had about 8 people. Now remember, this is in one day that we got started. We got a couple of bronze, a couple of silvers, a couple of golds, a ruby, and I hit emerald in one day. Okay? We didn't even try, didn't even know. Just came up emerald. Everybody with on that? Now, what I want you guys to understand is this here. Once you really start building, your goal is to get the black diamond. This is where you get the black diamond Mercedes. You get a nice ring and all this kind of stuff. Okay? You win all kind of trips and this kind of thing. But then you go from black diamond to royal black diamond.